Ken Martin, the newly elected chair of the Democratic National Committee, DNC, has issued a stark warning to his party, highlighting a seismic shift in the American political landscape. He argues that the Republican Party, under President Donald Trump's leadership, is now perceived by a significant portion of the population as the champion of the working class, a title traditionally associated with the Democrats. This perception, Martin contends, is a direct consequence of the Republicans' aggressive anti-union stance and their embrace of policies that, he asserts, directly harm American workers. In his inaugural memo, obtained by The Guardian, Martin paints a concerning picture of the current political climate, stating that, for the first time in modern history, Americans now see the Republicans as the party of the working class and Democrats as the party of the elites. This shift, he believes, necessitates a fundamental reevaluation of the Democratic Party's approach to engaging with working-class Americans. Martin's memo doesn't shy away from directly confronting the issue of unions, which he views as essential pillars of worker empowerment and economic security. He articulates the vital role unions play in securing better wages, improved workplace safety regulations, comprehensive healthcare access, and the establishment. He forcefully argues that the benefits of unionization extend far beyond the membership itself, contributing to a broader improvement in working conditions and opportunities for all workers. By joining together in a union, working people have secured better wages, workplace protections, health care, and the weekend, he writes. Because here's the thing, unions expand opportunities for all workers, not just those who are members. This unwavering belief in the importance of labor unions forms the bedrock of Martin's vision for the DNC's future direction. He emphasizes that the Democratic Party must remain firmly rooted in the values, principles, and aspirations of the working class. This commitment, he declares, will serve as the guiding principle for all his decisions as DNC chair. The memo offers a scathing critique of the Trump administration's policies, contrasting the Democrats' purported support for working people with the actions of the Trump administration and its allies, such as Elon Musk. Martin expresses deep concern over what he perceives as a blatant disregard for the concerns of everyday Americans by the current administration. I fundamentally believe that our party is grounded in the values, principles, and aspirations of the working class. As chair of the DNC, that belief will guide my decisions and approach in the years ahead. In contrast, in only his first month in office, it's become abundantly clear Donald Trump doesn't give a damn about the kitchen table issues that matter to most Americans, Martin forcefully states in the memo. He further elaborates on this point, asserting that Trump and his billionaire advisors exhibit a callous indifference to the struggles faced by working families striving to make ends meet and build a better future for themselves and their families. The memo then delves into specific examples of what Martin sees as anti-worker actions by the Trump administration and its associates. He highlights the unlawful dismissal of Gwyn Wilcox, a board member of the National Labor Relations Board, NLRB, an action he argues significantly weakens the agency's capacity to enforce worker rights. He also cites Elon Musk's creation of a so-called Department of Government Efficiency, which Martin characterizes as an attempt to dismantle federal agencies and gain unauthorized access to sensitive data within the Department of Labor. These actions, Martin claims, are not isolated incidents, but rather part of a broader pattern of attacks on workers' rights. The memo details the Trump administration's actions during its first few weeks in office, including the rescission of worker protections for federal contractors, the unilateral cancellation of collective bargaining agreements with federal employees, and the dismissal of thousands of probationary federal employees, while simultaneously pressuring tens of thousands more to accept resignation offers. These actions, Martin notes, have sparked numerous lawsuits from labor unions representing federal employees, underscoring the gravity of the situation. Martin further recalls Trump's actions during his first term, which included creating offshoring incentives for corporations, appointing judges known for their opposition to collective bargaining, and openly attacking union workers, even suggesting that striking workers should be summarily fired and labeling firefighter union leaders as dues-sucking people. The memo goes on to name specific Trump appointees who, according to Martin, have demonstrated a consistent record of opposing workers' rights. This includes Doug Burgum, Trump's Secretary of the Interior, who opposed the Inflation Reduction Act and the CHIPS Act due to their inclusion of labor protections. Howard Lutnick, Trump's Choice for Commerce Secretary, whose real estate firm has actively promoted offshoring jobs to Mexico. And Linda McMahon, the billionaire appointed as Education Secretary, who advocates for defunding public education where 70% of teachers are unionized, compared to only. The memo also extensively criticizes Elon Musk's long history of antagonism towards workers at his various companies, including Tesla, SpaceX, and X, formerly Twitter. Finally, Martin highlights the dangerous implications of Project 2025, a right-wing policy blueprint drafted in anticipation of Trump's re-election. Although Trump publicly denied any connection to the project during his campaign, Martin points out that Trump has since adopted its policies and appointed one of its architects, Russell Vought, as head of the White House Budget Office. This detailed account of the Trump administration's policies and the actions of its allies, coupled with Martin's declaration of the DNC's renewed commitment to the working class, sets the stage for what is likely to be a fierce political battle in the years ahead.